Hi everybody. So today we're going to do a really more of a body weight combination with just a simple Theraband. And so the Therabands come in a variety of weights. I really like them just because you have so many options, right? And you can choose by how much of the band you grab, how much weight you're actually going to lift. There's also a lot of proprioception that comes from using a band, and that just means that you have a little bit of an increased ability to feel what's happening in your body, which is always a wonderful thing if you're coming off of an injury or coming off of having a baby, where sometimes we've had a lot of pain and discomfort and we're a little disassociated from what our bodies are feeling. So we're just going to start sitting wherever you're comfortable. So I'm comfortable in a full kneel, but if you'd rather sit on top of a block and sit cross-legged, if you'd rather sit on a chair, that's perfectly fine as well. So we're going to do a quick warm-up, and you start by putting the band around the back, and then we're just going to wrap it underneath the chest and hold. And I like to hold with my thumbs on the same side as my fingers. It takes a little tension out of the forearms and also out of the hands, which is an area that lots of people struggle with when they're holding onto a band. So we'll just tuck the elbows in nice and close. And all I want you to do is just close your eyes, and I want you to breathe. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel the band expand and stretch underneath. And then as you exhale, you can even just pull very gently on the band to feel your ribs gently close down and in. So as you inhale, you feel the band expand as your rib cage opens up and out. And as you exhale, you'll feel the band gently close and draw in as your ribs draw in. As you inhale, you want to feel that breath fill into your armpits really. And then as you exhale, you can get a gentle contraction by gently pulling onto the band. So we'll do another nice deep breath just to prepare the body a little bit for our movement for the day. And then an exhale and just push the air back out again. So we're going to take the band off of the rib cage and we'll just bring it in front of us. So we're going to hold the arms up. Just a tiny bit of tension into the band. We'll take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, just a gentle lift of the arms, and you can pull apart with the band at the same time a little bit. We're going to lower back down to chest height, and then exhale and lift. So as we lift, I want you to feel that connection underneath your ribs. So this is breathing with movement. So if every single time you open or lift your arms up, you're arching your back to make that happen, then you're not getting true shoulder mobility. You're actually arching your back to lift your arms. So we just want to allow that movement to happen from the shoulder joint itself. You can also pay attention to what do you do with your wrists as you lift your arms? Do they collapse in? Do you feel like you have to bend your elbows? And this is not a judgmental thing. This is just noticing what happens so that as you repeat more exercises, that you notice where your progress is coming from, right? And what do you do and where are you stronger than when you began? So last time, we're going to add on to this. So you may find you want to let go of some of the tension. We're going to lift, pull on the band, and lower it down to our bum. We're going to lift, pull on the band, and lower it back down to the lap. So an inhale to lift, exhale to pull and lower, inhale to lift, and exhale to pull and lower. Good. Inhale, lift, and pull and lower. So the whole time, I'm just imagining that my head is lifting up into the ceiling, like I've got a ball on my head, and I'm just getting taller and taller as I move my arms. Last two. Still keeping that nice long torso, keeping my rib cage over my hips. I'll do one more time. And lift and lower. Very nice. So we're going to come down onto the mat. We're just going to mobilize the hips a little bit. I'm going to get rid of my block. I don't need that right now. So you can take the band and actually put it across your hips. And once you've got it across your hips, you can just put your hands down on the floor to hold it there. We're going to tuck the feet in close to your bum, hold for a breath here. And as you exhale, roll into your imprint, your pelvic tilt, and you're going to roll through the spine and come all the way to your shoulder blades. We'll hold it for a breath and then roll back down again, feeling a nice lengthening through the back as we come all the way out to neutral. Hold for a breath at the bottom and then roll through the pelvis. You want to feel each bone press into the floor and then use your butt to peel yourself off. We'll hold it, and then as you roll down, you're using your belly and your bum together to create that roll through the spine. So we'll hold for a breath and then find that imprint again. Gently rolling through the spine, reaching the knees up and over the feet. We'll hold it here, and then as we roll back down again, we'll just get that nice, gentle roll back out to neutral. Let's do one more time. Hold, find that imprint, squeeze the sit bones, tighten the belly and the bum together, hold, pushing the hips up into the band, and then a nice gentle roll back down again to come all the way out to your beginning. Very nice. So we're gonna come on up and take the band, and we're gonna put it around one foot. So you can pick which foot you wanna start with. You're gonna take that band, but find about halfway, and go around the arch of your foot, okay? Then I want you to hold the band. And so for a wrist, to make sure your wrist feels really good, you want the band to go in through the pinky side and out through the thumb side, okay? With the thumb on the same side as your fingers if you can. If it's not comfortable, you can grip with the thumb, but lots of people will get a sore wrist or forearm from doing that. Then you can adjust tension wherever you would like. You're going to pull that hand and the elbow down to the floor, and then the leg is going to be extended. If this is too much, you can always take the band and put it behind your knee and do this in a bent knee position instead. So we're going to extend the leg out, keep your pelvis nice and evenly weighted, and we're going to do a circle. So you're going to go in, down, and around and pause. In, down, and around and pause. So you can see I'm trying to keep my pelvis fairly stable, squeezing my inner thigh, outer thigh, and tightening under my bum as part of that circle. And on my other leg, I'm actually trying to keep that one straight up and down by pressing gently into the ball of my big toe. Okay, and just an even circle. Go the other direction. So if you inhale for half the circle, exhale for the second half, it gives you a nice breathing pattern. Also helps you to maintain that stability through your core against the weight of the leg. Having the band gives you a little bit of extra resistance as well. So you can do anywhere between 5 and 10 repetitions each direction, okay? And just depends on how much tension you have into that band. Then we're gonna move straight into a single leg stretch. So we're gonna go from a bent knee to a push through the heel across the room, tightening the thigh and under the bum. We'll bend back in, keeping the pelvis pretty stable, and then press and reach. You're gonna bend and push, reach through the heel. So I'm gonna really mobilize through the hip, the knee, and through the ankle, getting lots of mobility there. And we'll do 3 more. Reach, and tightening through the waist each time to keep the pelvis in a nice stable position. Last 2, squeeze your bum every time you press that leg out. And last 1, then we're gonna keep the leg straight. You're gonna lift it, and you're gonna press it back down. Nice, we're gonna lift, and then we're gonna press. So each time it's a hinge from the front of the hip, and then a squeeze under your bum to press down, like you're holding a crayon underneath your butt cheek. And press, squeeze. Nice. And breathe. Nice connection through the waist. Last 3. And you can always add extra repetitions if you'd like to. And do 1 more time. You're gonna bend. You can push your other foot into the band, and then we'll switch feet. Also switching hands, okay? So even though the elbow is tucked, you've just done an entire series of exercises holding a bicep curl. So the bicep on the other side and the back of the shoulder have also been working to keep you stable there. So we'll just reset. So knee bent, foot flat on the floor. We'll start with circles. So we'll go in, down, and around. In, down, and around. And breathe. So again, you can inhale for the first half, exhale for the second half. You almost want to think of keeping a platter balanced across your pelvis. And you're just keeping it nice and stable as you do those circles, okay? And we're going to go the other direction. We'll go out, down, and around for 1. And 2. 3. So as much as you can, keeping that wrist and that arm nice and still in space. And last 3. Again, you can do as many as you would like, up to 10. And 1 more. We'll bend the knee and then push and reach. Bend and press and reach. Good. So each time you press out, you're thinking of trying to reach right across the room with that leg. See if you can reach a little further each time and reach to touch your foot to the wall on that other side of the room. Reach. You got to get that squeeze of the bum to help you hold up your leg. Otherwise, you're just hanging off of your hip. If you're feeling your low back, it just means that you're not using your core enough to stabilize your spine. Okay, last 3. And last 2, you can concentrate on your breathing. And we'll do 1 more. Straight leg, up, and then press. Up, and then press. So I have, from lots of practice with Pilates, lots of flexibility through my hamstrings. So I get straight up to the ceiling with my leg, being able to keep my pelvis still. You may only come partway up, and that's fine, right? That's where your range of motion is today, being able to keep your pelvis nice and stable. Eventually, that will change as you get stronger, okay? And last 3, 2, and last 1. Bend the leg, take your foot out of the strap, give your legs a little shake. I'm going to come up to sitting. So if you want to sit on top of something, I'm going to sit on something this time. You can grab a little box, okay, or you can grab a ball, you could grab a chair to sit on to do these. Any of those would be perfectly fine. We're going to take the band, we're going to wrap it around the bottoms of our feet. So I like to cross this one over in front just because it gives us a little bit more stability. And all you're going to do is row. So I also grab pretty low towards the feet, stack the spine up so it's nice and tall. And you're going to start by rolling the shoulders back, pulling the shoulder blades together, and then drawing the elbows to the wall behind you. And you're going to slowly bring the arms back forward. So roll, pull together, reach. So for any of you that are nursing or feeding babies, we spend a ton of time forward and holding, right? And so to open up the chest and open up through those arms is a really big deal. Getting those upper back muscles to really work and support us is an important part of staying away from any back pain, any further issues, even maybe headaches from holding babies for so many hours a day. Okay, so this is a great, great exercise, even if you don't have a band, just to pull everything back. Focus on your breathing. And again, when you pull back, I want you to avoid arching and sticking your chest forward. So you're just keeping your rib cage over your hips and allowing your shoulder blades to pull in. Let's do 1 more. Come back to the center. We're going to take that off and we're going to wrap it around the rib cage. So we're going to do a little bit of a rotation. So this is the same position we did for breathing. We're just going to have the hands wrapped around. I'm going to turn and face towards you. You can sit however you would like for this exercise. Up nice and tall. We're going to inhale, glue the bum down to whatever you are sitting on. And then as you exhale, we're going to rotate and turn and open that arm on the side we're turning to. You're going to come back to the center. And we're going to rotate and turn to the other side. And then center. Rotate, turn. So when you open the arm, you're actually looking for the back of the shoulder to tighten, okay? So you want small movement with the open. If you can get your arm all the way back and behind you, then you've missed that little rotator cuff muscle that's in the back of your shoulder. We want to keep that movement small. Keep the elbow close to the side, like you're holding an orange between your side and your elbow. And then breathe. And last 3. And last 2. And just make sure your head is going with you. Okay, that's part of your spine as well. And we'll do 1 more time each way. My rotator cuff is getting tired. We're going to come back to the center. We're going to sit on the band. Okay, so I'm going to move over just a little bit. And we're going to try and kind of come halfway with the band, so we're right down the middle. And we're going to sit on it. Okay? So once we're on there, we're only going to grab the one side on the right. We're going to start with your hand up. You're going to raise the arm. Then you're going to go up and over to the side, reaching through the fingers. Stack the spine, bend the elbows. Up and over. So you want to feel like this arm is reaching away from the hip, and that your hip is staying glued down to the floor. And you're using your bottom side to control the movement. So we're strengthening those obliques on the bottom side as you go up and over. Let's do 2 more. And do 1 more time. You're gonna come up, switch arms. So again, you can adjust how much tension. You want more tension? Grab more band, okay? And you can do more. It's totally up to you. Breathe. Taking your head with you. Again, head is part of your spine, so when you're side bending, most of us, we tend to want to just keep our heads up here. I want you to let your ear go like you're trying to pour water out of your ear onto your shoulder. Last 3. And last 2. Again, this could be done sitting in a chair. And last 1. Come all the way up. You're going to grab both ends of the band. So with both ends of the bands in your hands, I prefer to ball up the ends because I find it's less of an issue to grab with my hands, okay? So if you have any grip strength issues, we have a whole nother series of exercises to help you with that. But for today, just ball the band up into your hands and make adjustments where you need to. So you're just gonna exhale, push, and inhale, pull back down. Exhale, push, and inhale, bend. So again, I'm keeping my height of my spine, right? I'm staying up nice and tall on my sit bones. My rib cage is staying in that nice cylinder over top of my hips. And I'm using the muscles in my shoulders instead of my neck to lift and lower. So if you have a mirror, you can actually watch and see if this part of your shoulder, which attaches shoulder to neck, is actually hunching each time you lift. And if it is, you want less weight, okay? Let's do 3 more. And last 2. And let's do 1 more time. We'll bend and relax the arms back down again. Great work, everybody. All right, so we're gonna come up to standing. And we're gonna end with a standing series. So I'm gonna get rid of my pillows, get rid of the stuff that's there in front of me. And I'm gonna take my band and I'm gonna stand on it. So you can have your feet pointing straight forward. You can have your toes turned out, up to you. Then you're going to grab the band so it's in through the little finger side, out through the thumb side. Again, better for your wrists if you can keep them stable, okay? All right, and then all we're gonna do is a squat. So we're gonna sit, and as you sit, you're gonna push your arms forward, and you're gonna stand back up. So inhale to sit, exhale to stand. As you inhale, pelvic floor expands. As you exhale and lift back up, pelvic floor draws back up and in. If this is too much for your shoulders, you can always drop the band and just do the squats, okay? Hips go back first, weight stays in your heels, but the toes stay down. You wanna really think of the bones in your bum, getting wide as you sit, and narrower as you stand back up. The rhythm of your bones is really important for muscle firing. Last 3, 2, 1. Very nice, everybody. All right, so we're gonna do a lunge with a bicep curl. So we're gonna keep the band underneath our left foot. We're gonna step through the band, so the band's actually a little bit behind us, and we're gonna grab on with our fists. Back heel is gonna stay down. We're gonna lunge forward into that front leg. We're just gonna keep our arms behind us. We're gonna do a bicep curl and lower. So you're pushing back heel into the floor. You may feel some length and some stretch in that back leg. Head is pulling away from your back heel, and a nice strong connection through your waist as you curl. Last 4, 3, 2, do 1 more. Good. Now keep the band there. Step back, switch feet. Step forward with the other foot. So you may notice some difference in flexibility. Again, you want to bend the front leg, have a bit of a lean, Straight line from your heel to your head, and curl. I like to do 8 to 10 on each leg. How many you choose to do, totally up to you. Also may depend what you have time for. Last 3, 2, and last 1. Good. Step back. This time we're going to put the band underneath the front foot. So bring the left foot forward, right foot back. We're going to get a lean. Now, if this balance-wise is too much, you can put that back heel down and turn the back leg, okay? So that you get a little more balance through that back side. Tuck the elbows, grab as much weight as you'd like, and kick back. Bend the elbows. So this is working the backs of the arms. You're still a straight line from your heel right through to the top of your head. Squeeze your bum on that back leg. One more time. Come on up, switch feet. Same exercise, just the other foot in front. Long back leg, again, you can turn, anchor that back heel if you need to for balance. Tuck the elbows, kick back. More squeeze of the bum on the back leg. You can bend the front leg more if you want more work in that front side. Elbows, stay still in space so they're in line with your torso. 2 more. And stand back up again. All right, so just a last thing before we're done. We're gonna stand on the band. Grab a whole bunch of it so it's in your fists. Stand up. We're just gonna round forward. Drawing in through the waist. You're gonna lose tension at the bottom. And you're gonna roll yourself up. And just come up nice and tall. Lifting to the ceiling. Let's do it again. Rounding forward. Weight in your toes. And as you roll up, weight in your toes. Push your hips forward. Use your bum to help stack yourself up. One more time. See if you can keep your bum right over top of your heels the whole time as you round forward. And then keep your bum over your heels as you roll yourself back up. And come up nice and tall. Very nice, everybody. Great work. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in our next workout next week.